Hello senior 2 class, this is teacher Nabwiiso Samuel. I'm going to take you in physics and our topic tonight is Newton's laws of motion. If you look at Newton's laws of motion, this was developed by Sir Isaac Newton. And there are 3 laws that he discovered which summarize the behavior of particles in motion. So we are going to begin with our first law of motion. The first law of motion states that a body continues to stay in its state of rest or uniform motion in a straight line unless acted upon by external force. This brings us to what we call the inertia. Inertia, this is the reluctance of a body to start moving when at rest or to stop moving when it was moving. Inertia, we all experience it because we all board vehicles, we board motorcycles, and then when the driver suddenly brings the vehicle at rest, we all jerk in front. When you jerk in front, then you have that reluctance of starting moving, yet the vehicle has been brought to rest. Or when you board and then they start like this, you push back like this. So that reluctance is what we call the inertia. Then this one will bring us to what we call the momentum. Momentum, we define momentum as the product of mass and its velocity. This is going to be vital in our second law of motion. But before we look at the second law of motion, we shall look at the effects of force. I think we've all been acted upon by the force. But we know very well that when you deal with force, one, it can make you start moving or it can stop you from moving. Then the effect number 2, it can increase or reduce the speed of a moving body. Then number 3, the force still can change the direction of a moving body. So there are very many effects of force, but for our case, since we are talking about motion, we shall focus on the things that deal with moving. We shall not bring in the other things, but now for our major concern is going to be all about the stopping, the starting, the change of the other ones in motion. So those are some of the effects of force, but we have other forces which you can think of.